Most people search for a good stock to buy, but there isn't one universal kind of good. There are really 4 types of stocks, and each has a place, but not necessarily in your portfolio right now. So today, I'm going to show you the 4 types of stocks, how to recognize them, where they fit, and at the end, I'll show you a simple way to classify any stock in seconds, and which type we recommend most investors start with. Let's get to it. A big mistake investors make is buying one type of stock and expecting it to behave like something it's not. Another way to say this is people manage one portfolio and buy all different types of stocks for it. What ends up happening is you treat them all the same, using the same stop criteria and the same management rules. Stocks meant for swing trades are treated like long-term holds and vice versa. Some stocks are meant for steadier growth. Some stocks are meant for the big, quick swings. Some are meant for stability and income. And some are meant to be treated as lottery tickets. When you mix them without realizing it, you get inconsistency, and you start making emotional decisions at exactly the wrong time. A great woman in my life, my wife, once sent me this picture because I like to decorate for Christmas a little early. It's a great lesson for us as investors, actually. There's nothing wrong with Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, but when you start to mix the holiday seasons, it becomes a big mess. So how do we fix that as investors? Our founder, Dr. Bart DeLito, he said, good portfolio management starts with buying the right stocks. And he used a baseball team analogy that I love. If you build a team and you just fill it with great players, just having those great players on the team will make the team better by default. Investing works the same way. If you fill your portfolio with good stocks, like the right type of stocks for what you're trying to do, you stop constantly managing problems and you stack the odds in your favor from day one. So the question is, how do you quickly tell what type of stock you're looking at? This is where a simple risk-reward matrix helps. All right, this is something we use here at VectorVest to categorize these stocks. And every stock lives somewhere on this map. All right, so now from left to right, you see here there's risk. Okay, and risk goes from low to high from left to right. Risk is, think of it like how wild the ride is when you're in a stock and how likely is it that the stock will move adversely against you. And from bottom to the top, if you go from bottom up, that's reward, and that goes from low to high as well. Think of reward as your upside potential. So, for example, let me get my laser pointer out here. That should work. There's my laser pointer. In the top left box that you see here, this would be a combination of low risk and high reward. And this bottom right box would be high risk and low reward. So most investors focus only on reward. They buy the story, the headlines, the hype, whatever it might be, just looking for the reward over time. But portfolio management is always a risk versus reward decision. If you want higher reward, you usually pay for it with higher risk. If you want lower risk, you usually have to accept lower reward. The mistake isn't that risk exists. It's pretending that it doesn't. Then you become shocked when the stock behaves exactly like its risk category. So on this map that we're looking at here, there's going to be 4 common stock types that we look at. Again, each is going to have a place in the market, but not necessarily in your portfolio right now. All right? So the type of stock in this top left box would be fairly safe stocks with upside potential. And these are what we classify as prudent stocks, and they give what we call the best of both worlds. Prudent stocks are the core lane for most investors. You're aiming for meaningful upside with above average returns without a lot of risk or volatility. And this is where we tell most people to start in the prudent category. Now, the type of stock in the upper right-hand quadrant here, this would be more volatile stocks, but they have that upside potential. These are what we would classify as aggressive stocks. Aggressive stocks can have big upside, but they could also drop quickly. They can be appropriate in the right context, but they do demand the right expectations and a more hands-on approach to managing them. Now, the type of stock in this bottom left box, these are the types of stocks that we would classify as conservative. They can play a role when you're focused more on stability and income, like they pay dividends. All right. But if your main goal is to grow, like you're still in growth mode with your portfolio, you don't want everything living in that category. And then the last category is speculative. These stocks are typically unproven, risky companies that usually have the potential of releasing like a new product on the market, hoping for a huge payoff, or sometimes a drug company just kind of waiting for a new drug to get approved, things like that. That's why we say those are lottery ticket upside stocks. Sometimes they pop, but many times they don't. And either way, the ride is going to be chaotic and drawdowns can be brutal. This is where prudent investors sometimes get hurt when a speculative stock sneaks its way into a portfolio that was supposed to be built more for steadier growth. I do want to give you a word of warning here. These types of stocks in the speculative category, these are the ones you typically hear people bragging about. But they only brag about the big winners. You don't hear about all the losers they have. And I just want to say, be careful, because you start to get envious of those people, which is one of the 7 deadly sins of investing. And that may cause you to deviate from your system. So just be careful there. Let's make this visual with 4 hypothetical chart behaviors. Okay? A prudent stock will look more like this. It's a smooth, steady climber. You'll notice it's got higher highs, higher lows. The pullbacks do happen in these prudent stocks, but it generally trends up without wild swings. Now I'm going to overlay an aggressive stock. It'll look more like this. Over time, it still has high upside potential. So it may end up in the same place. You see, both of them end up over here. Right? They both end up in the same place. But it has more wild swings in between. I want you to notice the difference. The prudent one, the green one, allows you to feel so much more in control. The pullbacks are manageable, and you can have peace of mind. The aggressive investor typically tries to take advantage of these quick, fast runs in the stock, like these quick moves. But the danger is that the stock can turn quickly and drop just as quick. aggressive stocks can be good, but only once you've gotten good at managing the smooth, steady movers. Think of it this way. It's like when I taught my children how to drive for the first time. It's been a while, but since I taught them how to drive, I didn't get them in the car and have them slam the gas pedal down, drive super fast, hop on the interstate at first. We took it slow in the parking lot at first, and then we ramped it up from there. Now, you look at these two things and you say, all right, well, they did both end up in the same point. They go down here to up here. But for some people, they buy these aggressive stocks not knowing that they're aggressive, and emotional trading kicks them out before they ever get up here. All right, so they buy an aggressive stock not realizing the emotional swings that they're going to have to go through, and they just get out before they even see the big gains, the big upside potential. Now, a conservative stock will look more like this. It's more stable, less dramatic. It may grind its way upward slowly. All right, so it might not just go sideways. It might go up slowly. It might feel flat compared to the growth names. Typically, these are those stocks that you count on more for things like dividend, more so than growth. Now, a speculative stock will look more like this. It'll be a chaotic ride. There's going to be these sudden pops in the stock's price. There's going to be these long drawdowns, unpredictable ups and downs. But here's the key. Before you ever get seduced by the story, you want to know which shape you're dealing with, right? Which shape? Prudent, aggressive, conservative, speculative. Because if you want that prudent lane, you shouldn't be buying stocks like this in the speculative side, the speculative charts, hoping that it can right itself and become a steady climber. You know, some people buy a stock like this and they're like, oh, it's moving higher and it's going to be going smoothly and steadily up from here. Nope. So each type has a place in the market. But like I said, not necessarily in your portfolio right now. If you're building your core portfolio where consistency matters, we recommend you start with the prudent stocks, because prudent stocks are your great players on your team. They will help the portfolio behave better by default. Aggressive stocks are good. Right? Aggressive stocks are good for a swing trading portfolio. Conservative stocks may have a role for you if stability and income are the main objectives. And then speculative, that will either have no place in your portfolio or should be treated like a lottery ticket where you invest a small amount of money, you know, like a small amount of money in a lottery ticket that you might consider your play money. Like, you're not going to play the lottery with your mortgage money, the money you need for your mortgage, right? So these speculative stocks, you could buy it with your quote-unquote play money. You might be looking for a big payoff. However, you don't get upset if you lose. All right? So now the practical question becomes, well, great. How do I quickly tell what type of stock is without drowning in research? Right? What type of a stock is without like going through hours of research? Okay? So this is actually where VectorVest helps you do in seconds what used to take people hours. So let's go back to that matrix. Inside VectorVest, and we'll hop into VectorVest in just a moment. Inside VectorVest, we quantify these two ideas, risk and reward, with two simple indicators. We have RV. All right, RV stands for relative value. That is our indicator for reward. Think upside potential. All right. So in this video, I'm not going to get into all the definitions and the formulas and all that. Just understand that we have an indicator RV, which looks at reward, and we have an indicator RS, which stands for relative safety, and that's our indicator for risk. Consistency and predictability of financials, price volatility, things like that. Both of these indicators are on a 0 to 2 scale, so it makes it fairly simple to know what's good or not. It just has to be above 1 for it to be favorable. So let's fill this in. We'll categorize stocks that have a high reward. In other words, they have a high upside potential by having a RV over 1. You notice these are high reward, so both prudent and aggressive stocks will have an RV over 1. Stocks that have a low upside potential typically will have an RV less than 1. Stocks that have high risk will have an RS less than 1, so relative safety less than 1. And low risk would be RS greater than 1. So once you have RV and RS, you can classify a stock in seconds. So you're no longer guessing what kind of stock it is. Here's what it looks like inside VectorVest. When you run a search like top VST stocks, this is one of our searches, it'll pull up candidates that fit the prudent first idea. Again, I'm blurring out the names and symbols here, but of course, when you do it, you'll see all the stocks and ticker symbols. But I want you to look over here. You've got the RV and the RS ratings, and you see all these top stocks have RVs and RSs well above 1. If I scroll down, you're going to see some great ratings in those categories. Plus, when you look at the charts, I'm going to scroll through these, and I want you to notice how many of these resemble that steady climber behavior that we showed earlier. Right, I'm just going to flip through. You've got smooth and steady stock price. You've got rising earnings at the bottom. It makes finding great stocks super quick. Let me show you a quick example of why this matters. This is a list of the top 20 stocks that were in our system as of December 31st of last year, showing how they performed from that day until now. Basically 3.5 weeks later, the top 20 stocks are up 29% in 3.5 weeks, compared to the S&P being up only 1.6%. So here's what I recommend as your next step, especially if you already have stocks in mind. Number one, get a free stock analysis from us using the link in the description. Use a stock you already own, or you could enter a ticker symbol of a stock that you're considering buying, and we'll show you where it lands on the matrix. You just look at the RV and the RS. Or if you want to try out the software that I just showed you today for a full 30 days to find prudent type candidates anytime you want, there's a link in the description for that too. We start with prudent type stocks for a reason. It's the kind of foundation that can help investors grow their portfolio steadily over time, and it's part of the system that we teach our members, showing them how to double their portfolio every 5 years or less. Not by guessing or chasing hype, but by stacking the odds with the right kind of stocks for their portfolio. So with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.